Oh, what if I told you that a baby, born in a time of hardship and adversity, would grow up to change the course of history? Now, imagine a time where fear and oppression ruled the day, when a ruthless pharaoh ordered the death of all newborn Hebrew males. In this grim setting, a child was born, a beacon of hope named Moses. His mother, desperate to save her son, made a decision that would alter the course of history. She placed him in a basket, a tiny ark, and set it adrift on the river Nile. By a twist of fate, Pharaoh's daughter discovered this basket while bathing in the river. Overwhelmed by compassion, she adopted this Hebrew child, raising him as her own within the walls of the palace. Unbeknownst to her, this child would grow up not just to defy her father, but to challenge the very foundation of their kingdom. Little did she know, this child she had saved would grow up to defy her father the Pharaoh and lead his people to freedom. What would you do if you were raised in the lap of luxury, but your true identity was tied to an oppressed people? Moses, a Hebrew by birth, was raised in the opulence of the Pharaoh's palace in Egypt. Living as a prince, he was privy to the finest education, the grandest feasts, and the most extravagant lifestyle. Yet his heart was with the Hebrew slaves, his true kin, who toiled under the harsh Egyptian sun. A day came when Moses' world was turned upside down. He witnessed an Egyptian overseer brutally mistreating a Hebrew slave. Anger and sorrow filled him, leading to a fateful decision. He killed the overseer, a crime that sent shockwaves through the palace. Fearful for his life, Moses fled from Egypt, leaving behind the comforts of the palace. Moses, a prince of Egypt, chose his people over power, setting a course that would forever change history. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to have a direct conversation with God? Moses didn't have to wonder. It was during his exile in the wilderness of Midian, amidst the solitude and silence, that the extraordinary happened. A bush, aflame yet not consumed, drew his attention. God, in the form of this burning bush, had a crucial mission for Moses. God's voice echoed, commanding Moses to return to Egypt and liberate his people from the chains of slavery. This was no small task. Imagine being chosen to stand against the might of Pharaoh to challenge an empire. Yet it was a mission born from divine love and a promise of freedom. And so, with divine mandate in his heart and the power of faith fueling his spirit, Moses prepared for his journey. With a divine mission, Moses returned to Egypt ready to free his people. Can you imagine leading a mass movement of people away from oppression, guided only by faith? Picture this scenario. Moses found himself in such an extraordinary position, tasked with the mission to free the Hebrews from the clutches of Egyptian enslavement. The Exodus, as it came to be known, was no walk in the park. It was a daunting journey, filled with trials and tribulations, marked by a series of miraculous events that unfolded along the way. This journey of liberation was preceded by the 10 plagues of Egypt, a divine manifestation of power intended to compel Pharaoh to free the Hebrews. These plagues were not arbitrary, they were precise, calculated, and symbolic, each striking at the heart of the Egyptian pantheon, dismantling their gods one by one. From turning the Nile into blood, to the plague of frogs, then lice, flies, livestock disease, boils, hail, locusts, darkness, and finally the death of the firstborn. Each plague was a display of divine supremacy designed to break the will of Pharaoh and his people. Yet the most dramatic moment of the Exodus was, without a doubt, the parting of the Red Sea. As the Hebrews were pursued by Pharaoh's army, they found themselves trapped between the sea and their pursuers. But Moses, guided by faith and divine intervention, stretched out his staff over the sea and the waters parted, creating a pathway for the Hebrews to cross. Once safely across, the sea closed up again, swallowing Pharaoh's army and sealing the Hebrews' escape from Egypt. This miraculous event was a testament to the power of faith and a symbol of the Hebrews' liberation from oppression. The journey, however, was far from over. Moses led the Hebrews to Mount Sinai, where they would receive the 10 Commandments, the divine laws that would guide their society and faith for generations to come. Against all odds, Moses led his people out of Egypt, a feat that would echo through the ages. This story of faith, courage, and liberation continues to inspire millions worldwide, reminding us of the power of belief and the triumph of the human spirit over adversity. What kind of impact can a set of rules have on the course of civilization? This question brings us to one of the most significant events in the life of Moses, and indeed in the annals of religious history: the receiving of the 10 Commandments from God at Mount Sinai. Picture this: Moses, a humble shepherd turned liberator, stands atop Mount Sinai. There's a hush, a quiet anticipation that falls over the crowd below. Up above, the heavens open and God speaks, entrusting Moses with the 10 Commandments. These were not just any rules but a moral compass, a guide to living a just and ethical life. Commandments like, "You shall have no other gods before me," "Honor your father and mother," and "You shall not steal," form the bedrock of what we now know as ethical and moral guidelines. These commandments weren't merely instructions for the people of Israel, but they have transcended time and space, influencing societies across the world and across millennia. The significance of these commandments can't be overstated. They've acted as a blueprint for many legal systems, laying the groundwork for laws that govern our societies to this day. They've helped define right from wrong, good from evil, shaping our collective conscience. They've provided a framework for social order, offering guidance on how to live in harmony with one another. But there's more to these commandments than just rules. They represent a covenant, a sacred promise between God and his people. They symbolize a relationship built on trust, obedience, and love. They serve as a constant reminder of God's providence and his expectation for his people to live righteously. The 10 Commandments, therefore, are far more than a set of rules. They're a testament to the enduring power of faith, the importance of ethical living, and the profound influence of religious teachings on human civilization. The 10 Commandments, entrusted to Moses, have shaped societies and religions, marking Moses as a pivotal figure in human history. How does a single man's journey resonate through the ages? In the tapestry of history, few stories cast a longer shadow than that of Moses. Born during a time of oppression, his life was marked by trials, tribulations, and triumphs. In Egypt, Moses grew from a baby hidden in the reeds into a prince of the realm. Yet, his heart was with his people. He fled into the desert a fugitive, only to return as a prophet, anointed by a divine encounter. And then came the Exodus, a beacon of hope for the enslaved, a testament to the indomitable spirit of humanity. The legacy of Moses is not just in his story, but in the enduring influence of the 10 Commandments. These divine laws have shaped societies, guided moral compasses, and influenced legal systems across the globe. From a baby in a basket to a prince, from a fugitive to a prophet, Moses' life journey continues to inspire and guide us even today.